I'm Wizzie Brown, entomologist with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, and today I'm going to talk about caterpillars. Caterpillars come in all different sizes, shapes, colors, and patterns. Some are smooth-bodied, while others are covered in hairs, and some are even able to sting. Caterpillars have mandibles, or chewing mouth parts, and are known to feed on foliage of plants. This is where things get interesting. Do you manage caterpillars that are eating your plants? That would depend on various factors, such as, do you want to eat what the caterpillar is eating? Cabbage loopers often feed on food crops including spinach, watermelon, lima beans, cabbage, peppers, lettuce, cantaloupe, and more. If they're eating something that you also want to eat, such as lettuce, then you may consider controlling them. But if they're feeding on plant foliage that won't be directly consumed, like the leaves of watermelon, then you may be able to be more tolerant of their populations. There are other caterpillars that turn into desirable butterflies that gardeners specifically try to draw into their yards by planting particular food plants. Examples of these would be milkweed planted for monarch or queen butterflies, or passion vine planted for Gulf fritillary butterflies. While I have had people call me in the past about caterpillars feeding on their milkweed, I think that most people know milkweed is a great food for monarch caterpillars and should be left alone. There are other caterpillars that feed on foliage of trees, such as tent caterpillars and fall webworm caterpillars. If trees are mature and healthy, then they can handle populations of defoliating caterpillars on their own without human control strategies. Many trees leaf back out just fine after defoliation. Newly planted trees may need to be protected until they become established. Excluding pests can be done by covering with row cover or mesh screening, or by regularly monitoring the tree and treating when there's a pest problem. Remember to turn over the leaves, look along the trunk and branches, and at the base of the tree to be thorough. From our viewers, Patricia Anderson in Bastrop shared a picture of black swallowtail caterpillars on her rue plant last fall. They devoured the whole plant, but that was okay. She wanted the butterflies, so she covered the plant with shade cloth to save as many as possible. But most were gone the next morning because they were eaten by predators such as birds and lizards. These caterpillars feed on plants like carrots, parsley, rue, dill, fennel, phlox, milkweed, and Queen Anne's lace, which is also known as wild carrot. From viewer Marjorie Motts comes a fall webworm caterpillar and a beautiful fuzzy Io moth. Fall webworm caterpillars create unsightly webbing on the tips of tree branches, but rarely cause long-term damage to the trees. If you feel the need to manage them, break open the webbing with a stick or a jet of water to allow predators inside the webs to feast. Io moths are lovely as both adult moths and caterpillars, but the spiky green caterpillars can sting, so avoid picking them up. Io moth caterpillars feed on blackberry, clover, elm, hackberry, oak, and other plants. We'd love to hear from you. Click on centraltexasgardener.org to send us your questions, pictures, and videos.